I'm videoing right now.
Really?
Yep,
okay.
right now.
Let's go. We're going on. We're
Sorry.
happy Women's International Women's Day.
There you go. Okay.
I want to give a shout out to all the wonderful Greek and non-Greek women on Millsap's campus, because every one of us are beautiful and strong and have the power to, you know, do anything we want without permission.
One person I look up to is my mom. She's gone through so much just to provide for me and my siblings, and very much an inspiration to me and to all that she meets.
And I guess one inspirational woman in my life would be my mom, because she's always there for me and always looking out for me and is always the best in everything.
The most inspirational woman to me, I think, right now is Ann Hendrick. She is the director of the Get to College Centers here in Jackson, Mississippi. Used to be the director of admission and financial aid here at Millsaps College. And she works every day to make sure students in Mississippi have access to college.
So my inspirational woman is Beyonce, because she works hard, because she surrounds herself with powerful women, and she is like one of the only female superstars who has an all-female band. It's pretty cool. I don't know, she's like a mother, an entertainer, a performer, and she does everything, and she does it really well, and goals.
So in Norway, International Women's Day is heavily celebrated, so it's a lot of parades, and it's actually a celebration. Not as much strike as it is here, I think, but it's celebrated. My family always made a point out of saying congratulations to each other. So every morning, or this morning, I woke up with multiple text messages from my friends and family saying congratulations, Happy Women's Day.
I'm going to say my grandmother, because she was not the typical grandmother. she had a huge family, lots of kids, lots of grandkids, and she was never super girly and just kind of did her own thing, counter to what the time that she was growing up in and around, and like what was expected of women, and she just kind of said, no, I'm gonna do my own thing. And
Love
I
it.
thought that was cool.
International Women's Day means to me is like, I feel like women in general are very underrepresented and sort of discriminated against to an extent, so it's very good to have a day to set aside to recognize what women do. I mean, women make up 50% of the population at large. None of us would be here without a woman, so it's important to recognize their strengths and what they do for the population.
Women need to have each other's backs, and not in the sense that we need to find ways to take women and get them at the top of the system that we have at hand. Instead, it's much more significant to find ways to change the system so that it no longer keeps people at the bottom, women included. So intersectionality would be the key word for this. The goal isn't to take women from dominant pieces of the community and make them replicate the patriarchy and put them into slots that have been created by men for men, so that we can keep perpetuating this injustice, but rather to change the way those slots work, to change the way that system works, so that we can all support one another, and that's going to be a much harder, much more radical shift.
So an inspirational woman in my life happens to be my mother. And I know that sounds super cliche, but she really is amazing. At the age of 52, she decided to go back to college and pursue the idea to be a nurse. So she is now a registered nurse, which is really awesome. I really look up to her. She's extremely selfless. She's always there for other people, and I aspire to be her when I grow up.
So when I think about International Women's Day, I think about my mom and how much of an impact she's had on me for my entire life. My mom was a working mom. She definitely made sure that she could provide for our family between her and my father. And so she was the chief breadwinner in our family. And so watching her kind of go through that and watching how she managed to have our family be number one while also making sure that work was a top priority for her as a director for a medical center, it was very empowering to see that happen. It probably also affects why most of my mentors in life have been women. So I love an empowered woman, and I love to follow an empowered woman.
Isn't very well known, but I always think of Matilda Flanders, and she was married to William the Conqueror, who led the Normans in the Battle of Hastings in 1066.
I'm so tired already.
So yeah. But what happened in her story was originally William the Conqueror, when he proposed to her and asked for her hand in marriage, sent a page to her father's castle, and Matilda literally sat the page down and was like, you can tell your boss that if he wants to marry me, he needs to do it himself. I deserve that. And so William the Conqueror rode back in. At this time, he's not really like a big person or anything, but he still kind of has his own following. And he goes over and asks for her hand in marriage, and he told her, and he was like, I'm here. What are you going to do about it? And he stormed out of the castle, and she turned to her father and she was like, that's the guy I want to marry. Get me his hand. And he's one of the only people in monarchy in history that has been faithful to his wife. It's been reported. There have been no allegations or infidelity reported. And then also when he went off to go fight in wars, he had like a 16-year-old son at the time, and normally that age is considered responsible enough to run the kingdom, but he actually left his kingdom in the hands of his wife instead. And to me, that just speaks a lot about what a powerful and strong woman she was.
In high school, my history teacher I had for 2 years, Miss Edmonston, she was great. She was like a grandmother figure to me, and she really taught me the value of standing up for what you believe in, including the rights for other people. So I'm standing up for other women on International Women's Day.
This is Jameson. This is my friend Jameson, who wrote me a letter.
Aww.
I know.
Being
a
woman
on Millsap's campus makes me feel empowered. So does Emily.
Aww.
Well, I think that one of the main things we heard is that mother figures are really prominent in women's lives. And so I think that something we can gather is a strong mother figure breeds strong women. Alright, so, okay, final thoughts on International Women's Day and the responses that we've received. It's been great. I think everybody's in agreement that empowering women is empowering humanity, like Emily said earlier. Emily, will you tell us what Shine Theory is?
Of course. Of course. Okay, so Shine Theory is this theory coined by two of my favorite women podcasters. They host the podcast, Call Your Girlfriend, Ann Freeman, Amina South. It might be so. Well, anyways, you can look them up if I pronounced your name wrong, which I apologize. But Shine Theory is the idea of being friends with powerful women, because when they shine, you shine. And it's like getting rid of the idea of like competing like in a really ugly way with women, and like there only being one spot at the top for women. You know, we gotta get rid of that. We gotta empower all. We gotta shine together. And yeah, that's Shine Theory. Did I explain
Yeah,
it?
that's
All
great.
right.
That's
Okay.
great. So let's help each other, build each other up by empowering each other. And thanks so much to everybody who contributed to our project.
Yep. All right.
Okay.
Bye.
Later.